flip around for the Monarch starters in game 2. Leading off in left field is 13, Dom Cavasini. Batting second at first base is 24, Buster Debo. Batting third catching is 4, Vincent Cowdery. Batting fourth and playing third base is number 8, Aiden Miller. Batting fifth and at second base is 14, Nick Sandia Jr. Batting sixth, the DH is 15, Dane Richards. Batting seventh in center field is number 1, Adrian Epps. Batting eighth and in right field is 7, Riley Ames. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is number 12, Ryan McKay. And your game 2 starting pitcher is number 22, Derek Neufeld.
I can never get away from it. They give me loyalty and I don't gotta pay for it. Same way brands gotta break for it. Keeping people fed is my only peace of mind now. And I turn a 6 upside down, it's a 9 now. I made a decision last night that I would die for it.
Set for Game 2 action between your Macomb Monarchs and the Henry Ford Hawks. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Here for more in Michigan, Tom Cavanaugh bringing you all the action from the Macomb Community College Athletics Network. A 5-4 finish in Game 1 in 9 innings. We went to extras. Henry Ford pulled it out, scrapping together a run in the top of the 9th. Macomb was unable to score in their last couple of innings. It was David Jones in relief for Henry Ford. He went 3 frames, struck out 8 of the 10 batters that he faced. Ball 1, high and outside to Braylon Orsatti to get things started. Derek Neufeld is on the bump, the sophomore right-hander for Macomb. 6.23 ERA this season, making his 6th start. Leaves it a little bit low. He's got 17 and a third innings pitched under his belt. 14 hits, 12 runs, all of them earned. And he's got 3 more walks than strikeouts this season. 17 base on balls compared to 14 punch-outs. Orsatti squares the bunt, pulls it back. Count moves to 3-0. It was 17 strikeouts from Macomb batters in Game 1, along with 3 crucial errors that really led Henry Ford to pulling out that win. And on 4 pitches, Derek Neufeld walks the leadoff batter of the ballgame. We mentioned it from the top, you know, it's very rare you see a guy that has more walks than strikeouts through, you know, double-digit innings pitched, but that was kind of something that plagued Derek a year ago as a freshman and has kind of trickled into his sophomore season. Breaking ball in the dirt, nice block up by Cowdery, 1-0. Be Casey Robertson, then Manny Gutierrez. This Henry Ford team, top of the lineup, played well in Game 1. Orsatti, who is on first, he had a single and a game-tying sac fly that kept Henry Ford in the ball game. Robertson was hit by 2 pitches and also had a hit, and then Gutierrez, he was 3 for 4 with a walk. There's a strike called. Opponents hitting .219 against Neufeld this season in those 17 and a third. He kicks and fires from the stretch, darts it low and inside. Behind in the count, 2-1. Neufeld's 2-1 breaking ball at the knees. Beautiful pitch. One thing both teams excelled at in that first game was 2-out hitting. He had 3 2-out runs come together for Henry Ford. Macomb did it 4 times. Slider down and away. We're going to go full 3-2. It's Dom Miller who got the start. Jack Saputo ended up getting the loss. He was fabulous. Gave up just 1 run. Or I'm sorry, 2 runs. 1 was unearned. His first earned run of the season was given up as well. No score top of the first. Derek Neufeld works first base side of the rubber, checks on the runner, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Here's a back pick to first, and they got him caught off. Diebel fakes the throw, trying to run him back, and there's two gone. Beautiful job by Buster Diebel. Faked the throw down to second, froze the runner Orsetti, and that's a strike him out, throw him out of sorts. Nice job by Cowdrey as well to be ready. As soon as he caught strike three, he popped up immediately and found Diebel down that first base line. That's the second time today that Henry Ford has blundered on the base paths. Those are just unacceptable. So after a leadoff walk, the bases are empty. Manny Gutierrez, a hot day so far, steps in for the first time here in Game 2. For both sides, there are a few new players that we did not see in Game 1 that will be making starts. Most notably for Macomb, leading the way in their lineup, Dom Cavassini. He'll play left. Luke Babcock is down. Buster Diebel, as we mentioned, he's playing first over there for Babcock. Dane Richards gets a start. One spiked in the dirt, 3-0. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Gutierrez watches each one go by without an attempt. Neufeld, his second walk of the inning. But instead of first and second with one gone, it's 2 out with a man on. That's going to bring up Cole Loftus. Loftus 1 for 5 in Game 1. A couple of strikeouts, a line out. He belts one out to left field. Going back, or looking up, and that ball's gone. Cavassini going to watch that thing fly. 2-run jack for Cole Loftus. Struggled in Game 1. He comes out hot here in Game 2. Wasting no time at all. Cole Loftus goes deep. 2-0 Henry Ford here in the top of the first. For Loftus, that is his first home run of the season. First pitch to Cheatham is swung on and fouled on the right field line, giving Chase unable to make the catch as Ames. We did not see a long ball in Game 1, and starting off hot here, even though the temperature dropped a few. Ball's going a little bit farther. Matt Cheatham getting his first at-bat of the afternoon, the designated hitter today for the Hawks. Almost catches the zone on the upper inner corner. A few hours ago, that's a strike, but it's ball 1. Neufeld misses again with a breaking pitch in the dirt. With the frustrations from Game 1, Macomb had a 4-3 lead in the 6th inning of a 7-inning ball game. We're able to win. This is fouled away. I don't think Neufeld's got a very big leash in this game. If he has a couple more walks, either in this inning or the next, I could very much guarantee that there will be a reliever. Because in a game like this, you know, you're playing one of the very best team in the MCCAA East. You require strikes to be thrown. That one's in the other batter's box. It's 3-2. Cheatham this season, just playing in his 4th game. This is his 2nd at-bat of the season. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Neufeld. Gets the job done to finish the inning, but Cole Loftus takes him deep for a 2-run jack. We go to the bottom of the first. Henry Ford leads 2-0 over your Macomb Monarchs.
Detroit players, Tim's for my hula hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if they head right, Biggie there, air night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruce Cruz who? Do something to us. Talk go through us. Girls walk to us, wanna do us, screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze three at your cherry M3, bang every MC easily. Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace, keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace, with my peace, packing, asking who want it, get out it, flaunt it, that Brooklyn bull, we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they broke and you're so mean. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they broke and you're so mean.
I put the NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC, prefer Versace. All Philly, New Orleans, Moschino. Every cutie with the booty, boy, the coochie. Now who's the real?
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Leading off for the Monarchs, number 13.
Monarchs come to bat for the first time. Dom Cavassini to lead things off. He will face Evan Gallimore in his 4th start of the season for Henry Ford. We'll break into his numbers in a moment. And the first pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle of base, hit into center field. Cavassini wasted no time. Goes after the first one and knocks it through. Cavassini on the season. Just 25 at-bats coming into today. 5 hits, that's his 6th. Also has a homer and 7 RBIs. That'll bring up Buster Diebel. Buster, 46 at-bats. He's got 13 hits, 2 doubles and a homer with 11 RBIs. Stands in the left-handed side of that box. Swing at the first pitch and foul it away. So Evan Gallimore on the bump, a 0.00 ERA in 16 innings pitched. He's allowed 2 runs, neither of them earned, obviously. 8 hits, 7 walks, and 15 strikeouts. That fastball somehow catches the outside corner right there as the catcher, that was a new catcher, Michael Nicholas, took his glove and pulled it right back into the zone and fooled our home plate umpire. 0-2 to Diebel. They're going to go for that same spot on the outside. Gallimore missed. That was more plate than he had hoped, and Diebel also missed, just getting a piece. Defensively for Henry Ford, it's Michael Nicholas behind the dish. We got Casey Robertson at third. Virial plays shortstop. Over at second is Caden McGrath. Cole Loftus, who went deep, is at first. And the outfield from left to right, Braylon Orsetti, Connor Hatfield, as well as Manny Gutierrez out in right. High and away with that fastball from the righty, Gallimore 1-2. We've yet to see a lefty in this ball game from either team. Cavaccini, a decent lead over there at first. A little bit of speed. As Diebel fouls it off again. Guy that puts the ball in play most of the time. Just 4 walks and 6 strikeouts in 46 at-bats total. Here's the 1-2 at the eyes. So after Diebel, it'll be Vincent Cowdery, Aiden Miller, Nick Sandia Jr., Dane Richards, Adrian Epps, Riley Ames, and Ryan McKay. Just a flip-flop lineup today after a loss in Game 1. Trying to shake things up. It's the 2-2 from Gallimore. Low and in, nice take. Diebel pushes to full. Macomb was down 2-0 in the second inning of Game 1. They quickly responded, tied that thing up, ultimately took that 4-3 lead that would be lost. There's a ball on the ground into second base, past the diving glove of McGrath into right center field, and having trouble with it is Hatfield. Coming around third and trying to score will be Cavassini. All the way from first base, Dom Cavassini puts on the Jets and comes in on the knock from Buster Diebel. 2-1. Monarchs trail by 1. Hatfield got a bad hop in center field. It rode up on his chest, maybe his forearm, bounced away from him, and it allowed third base coach Scott Combs over there to send Cavassini home. It looked like it was going to be first and third with nobody out. Instead, it's a runner on second with a run scored. A couple of nice swings from the top two batters in this Macomb lineup to start. Cowdrey fouls it away past the screen behind us. So that's a base hit for Diebel. Error on Hatfield in center, which allowed the run to score, and then the throw advanced Diebel down to second base. Diebel has both middle infielders playing with him down there at second. Here's a line drive down the left field line into the corner. Being waved around third base, to the plate, and scoring will be Diebel. The throw into second base is not in time. Bobbled at second by McGrath. And how about these Macomb Monarchs to open up game 2? Single, single, double. We're tied at 2 apiece. And here comes head coach Josh Pacholski for Henry Ford. I mean, Cowdrey laced that thing, and he was able to scramble on to second base beautifully. We're going to get a pinch runner for the catcher, Cowdrey. It'll be Jacob Frederick. For Cowdrey, that's RBI number 33 on the season. He has just torn it up, 5 doubles to go along with his 13 home runs, a program record that he set last week.
25, Juice Frederick. The batter, number 8, Miller.
3 straight knocks to open up the bottom of the first for Macomb. It is quickly a 2-2 game once again. Aiden Miller hesitant on that swing. Either way, it was a strike. Gallimore set it in perfect. Miller had a fabulous game 1. Batted in the 8th spot, had a couple of doubles. It was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Swings and taps. That one fouled on the third base line, 0-2. More kicks and fires. Here's another line shot up the middle into center field. Frederick coming around third base. There's going to be a throw to the plate. Tag in from Nicholas. Not in time. 3-2 Macomb. Aiden Miller delivers once again. His first RBI of this game and third of the afternoon. Miller's hot, man. He'll take second on the throw. 4 straight hits to start this game for Macomb. My goodness. Must have been a conversation had in between games out there in left field that really invigorated this team to start swinging the bat like this. My goodness, because this is not what we saw in game 1. That ball glances off the glove of Nicholas, the catcher. On to third will go Miller. I mean, we saw 17 strikeouts in 9 innings of play. 17 of the 27 outs that were recorded in game 1 were by a punch-out from Macomb hitters. That's not how they have gotten off to a start in this game, but also that's partly because of the pitchers they faced in that first game. You had Ethan Gajewski, who was solid, striking out 9, and then David Jones came in and struck out 8 in 3 innings. 2-0 is skied in the air, out of play. Sandia in game 1 did not find a hit. He was 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts, a line out, and a ground out. It's a 3-2 lead for MCC here at home. And here's a line drive down the left field line coming over. Orsetti's going to make the catch. Miller going to try to tag and score. And it's up the line on the first base side. Sacrifice fly for Sandia makes it 4-2 Monarchs. There has not been a bad swing yet.
Now batting for the Monarchs, number 15, Dane Richards.
This feels a lot like what happened last year when Macomb went and played Mott in Flint. I think they started the ball game with maybe 9 or 10 straight hits. They took an 8-0 lead right off the bat. Just swing and a miss. Dane Richards. Oh, one's on the ground to shortstop. Virial gobbles up. Quick flip to first. And there's 2 gone. Very nice little celebratory. I don't even know what to call it right there. We had a fly in here for this entire ball game that was bugging with me personally the most. He crawls right up on my scorebook and boom, I got him. So I got a big applause here in the booth. Gallimore fires pitch number 1, fouled away. Nearly out of play, and it is. Adrian Epps. 1 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. At the back of that scorecard, there's a little gutty. Epps had a couple of really nice plays out in the outfield as well. Dove in, made a catch. On a relay, he was able to fire one into McKay, who cut him out at 3rd. It was Robertson trying to stretch a triple back in the 5th. Comes up empty that time, 1 and 2. A 4-run first inning. Heck of a statement from Macomb. They put up 4 last game alone in 9 innings. And now Epps is squared up with a fastball. He'll jog on down to first. Gallimore came a little too high and tight and got a piece of the speediest kid on this team, Adrian Epps. 21 stolen bases. He has only been caught 1 time. And I think you send him. Ames is another guy that's got speed. He's standing in right now. Riley just 2 at-bats in game 1. He was pinch hit 4 by Peyton Rich in the 6th inning. He was 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base. There goes Epps, and Nicholas had no chance. He's an automatic steal right there for sure. Unless you got a pitcher that's coming quick to the plate with a little slide step, and then you got a catcher that's a sub 1-1-8 pop time. That's the only way you're getting Adrian. 0-1, down low at the feet. Ames .269 average this season. 14 total hits, 3 doubles, and a home run. Takes one down the heart of the plate, 1 and 2. Final batter in this lineup, Ryan McKay, waits on deck. Macomb has already plated 8 in this first inning. Way outside and low, Adrian Epps steals another base. He goes from 2nd to 3rd. Remember back in probably 8 or 9U travel baseball, whenever anybody got on base, catchers struggled to throw people out. So you could easily just steal 2nd and 3rd, no problem. That's kind of what I feel like Adrian Epps is doing out there right now. Line drive, base hit left field. Riley Ames delivers. Epps will score. 5-2 Macomb. Heck of a swing from Riley. That was a breaking ball low. He went down and got it, caught a lot of barrel, and it ends up in the left center gap. How about this? 5 hits in the first inning from Macomb leads to a 5-2 lead, making Cole Loftus's home run a lot less substantial that came back in the top half of this frame. And Gallimore's getting beat up right now. Movement in that Henry Ford bullpen. Off to second goes Ames, and that's in and out of the glove of Nicholas. Right now, Henry Ford discombobulated in every way, shape, and form. Going to give Derek Neufeld a little bit of cushion heading into his second. There's a high pop-up off the bat of McKay. Third base side going to get out of play, not by much, behind Macomb's dugout. We mentioned Gallimore came into this game with a 0.00 ERA in 16 innings pitched. Just 8 hits allowed on the season in 16 innings. He has already given up 5 in 1 inning. Boosting that ERA up a couple numbers. Ames down there at second base, just stole a base. And ooh, McKay almost got hit with a fastball inside, just barely turned out of the way. 2-1 to the Macomb shortstop. Spent a good amount of time at third base last year. Derek Ruiz was the mainstay shortstop for this Macomb team. Mendez was over at second, and now it's been McKay as well as Sandia controlling the middle of that infield. There's a strike at the knees. Two guys I mentioned, Ruiz and Mendez, both moving on to 4-year programs this past offseason. Twos are wild. The pitch is on the way. Down and out. On to third goes Ames. So a full count with another runner at third base and 2 outs. And for as loud as this inning has been for Macomb, Henry Ford's still only down by 3 runs. Another one here could kind of change things a little bit, make it a 6-2 ball game. McKay can deliver. On the way, the 3-2 is a fly ball to right center field. It's going to be a long run for Hatfield, and the gap makes the catch, and that'll end the frame. 5 runs on 5 hits. RBIs from Diebel, Cowdrey, Miller, Sandia, and Ames. Put Macomb up 5-2. We go to the second. This is your home for MCC Baseball.
Leading off for the Hawks is 19, Connor Hatfield.
After a fairly long break on the bench, Derek Neufeld's back out for his second inning of action. 9 batters come to the plate for Macomb, scoring 5 runs on 5 hits against Evan Gallimore, and Connor Hatfield loses the bat on the first pitch as he fouls it away. It'll be Hatfield, Nicholas, and McGrath. 6, 7, 8 hitters in the second inning for Henry Ford. Sun's starting to set just a tad bit, as that right field line could come into play in our later innings of this second game. Cowdrey keeps that in front. But it's been a spotless day. A little bit of cloud cover here and there. The temperature is not quite what everybody here wants it to be, but that's Michigan. Neufeld, first base side of the rubber, the 1-1 in the dirt again. That's the one thing that's going to hinder this Macomb team from keeping a lead and controlling this ball game is free passes. Whether it's on the mound, with the arm from infielders, outfielders, we saw a couple errors back in game 1 affect this team negatively. The 2-1, line softly out to right field, coming in and going to let it drop is Ames and Wright. Nothing for him to do there. That's another one of those GPs that just continues to drop in for Henry Ford. It's the right swing. You didn't get a ton of barrel on it, but there's been a couple now over the course of game 1 and 2 here, the early going of game 2, where we've just seen some couple Texas leaguers drop on in. The catcher, Michael Nicholas, for his first at-bat of the day. He'll swing at the first pitch. Skies it high in the air to center. Epps back a step, now comes in. That's out number 1. Neufeld makes quick work of second batter of the inning. It'll be Caden McGrath now. Two for 4 with an RBI back in game 1 for Caden in the 8th spot. Runner takes off for second. Cowdrey going to throw on down, and it hits the runner Hatfield in the helmet. Sandia tried to make an attempt at the catch. He had to pull away. I mean, Hatfield looks completely unfazed by getting drilled with a fastball in the back of the helmet, so we're just going to play on. They don't even check. Here's the 0-1. Squibbed foul. Nice breaking ball from Derek. Make it 0-2. I mean, that squared him up nicely, too. Right in the middle of the back of that blue helmet. It's a decent throw from Cowdrey. It started to fade a little bit towards that first base side, which led Sandia to kind of lean that way. Here's the 0-2. Nice block up from Cowdrey. Nearly got McGrath to bite that time. Macomb will be on the road for their next 6 ball games, spanning from tomorrow, Friday, April 11th. That one's in the dirt, against Henry Ford, all the way up until April 17th. My birthday, that's a Thursday, against Schoolcraft. Strike 3 called on Caden McGrath. That's out number 2 and the third strikeout for Derek Neufeld in this ball game. And Macomb will not be back here in Warren until the 19th, a Saturday, against Schoolcraft. First pitch outside. Last batter in this Hawk lineup, Santana Viriel, steps in. Pretty productive day, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in the first game. Checks his swing, no contact with the bat as that kicks off of Cowdrey's catcher's gear. I mean, had to hit something hard to have gone that far. So the runner, Hatfield, now moves down to third base. 2 outs, a man on third. And it had to have been either the foot or the right knee catcher gear for Cowdrey as he goes down to that knee sometimes it does kind of kick off of that as this is shot foul out of play from Villarreal, 2-1. But that makes sense because when Vincent goes down to that knee, his right knee is touching the dirt. And if that ball from Neufeld meets the dirt and his gear at the same time, that thing's kicking off right or left. Another foul, make it 2-2. Neufeld finding a little bit of control here in inning number 2. Give up the leadoff single to Hatfield. Then got Nicholas, to fly out. Strikeout from McGrath. Trying to close the door here with Villarreal in the second. 5-2 lead for Macomb here in game 2. Trying to split the series here today. Back to the screen. How about this? We thought we had a long extra inning ball game. Take you around the MCCAA East a little bit. It's Jackson College up by 2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th inning. Right now, Schoolcraft with 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. So they got a chance to come back, maybe win that ball game over there at Corner Ballpark. If Jackson were to hang on, that would drop Schoolcraft to 6-4 in conference, and that's only the first game of their day. It's a good thing they got lights there over in Corktown. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball sawed off on the ground to second base. Sandia picks it up clean, flips to first, and that'll end the inning. Well done from Derek Neufeld. Gives up a leadoff base hit, but nothing more. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 5-2 Macomb. This is your home for Monarch Baseball.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Leading off for the Monarchs, number 13.
Dom Cavassini got things started in the first. Led off with a base hit. It led to 4 straight knocks and 5 runs on 5 total hits against Evan Gallimore, who will retake the bump for his second inning after getting roughed up in the first. We got a final score over there. Schoolcraft has lost to Jackson 7-5 in 11 innings. That makes second place a little bit more attainable for Macomb if they're able to hang on through this set of 7 innings against the number 1 team in the conference, trying to snap Henry Ford's 11-game winning streak. Fastball at the knees on Gallimore. From Gallimore to Cavassini. 1-1. So Macomb is now 5-5. It's on the inside corner for strike 2. If they were to win this ball game, they would move to 6-5 in conference at the end of the day. Schoolcraft would then need to lose game 2 against Jackson to make it tied at 6-5 for second place in the Eastern Conference. Gallimore leaves that low and away. Macomb is looking for a win here and hoping that Jackson is able to pick up a sweep as Cavassini splits the gap in left center field. Rounding first, he's chugging on to second base. Hatfield, one heck of a throw. No tag. D. Cav, his second hit of the ball game, splits the left center gap. I only know one kid with that nickname. Cavassini here is starting to get deserving of it. He is showing out today. Cavassini came into the ballgame with 5 hits. He's got 2 in this one. Just picked up his second double of the year. Buster Diebel will take high and away. Diebel had an RBI base hit his last time. Sizable lead down there at second for Cavassini. Gallimore misses away, 2-0. It's only a matter of time now before Henry Ford goes to their bullpen. They got a couple guys warming up. I think it's tough. You bring in David Jones again, who threw nearly 45 pitches through 3 innings. There's ground ball to second base. Well done from Diebel. Flips on to first. Nice play from McGrath. Records out number 1, but Cavassini is now 90 feet away from scoring. Nice job from Diebel. RBI double last time for Vincent. Struggled in game 1. He was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. A very uncharacteristic day for him as he skies this up on the infield. Calling for it, Villarreal comes down and makes the catch. Just like that, there's 2 gone. And now the hottest hitter on this Macomb team currently, stepping to the dish, Aiden Miller. RBI knock last inning. Pair of doubles and 2 RBIs in game 1. Trying to extend Macomb's lead. He's going to put one in the air. Is this in fair territory? Nicholas, the catcher, coming over, can't make the catch. Might have tripped a little bit on that on-deck circle there by Macomb's dugout, but it was right up against the fence. Tough play for Nicholas or anybody, really. That was a long run for Robertson at third as well, and Gallimore, the pitcher, not getting over there for sure. Here's the 0-1 to Miller. Down low. Off-speed pitch, upper outer corner for strike 2. Great location to keep Miller off balance right there, considering the first pitch challenged him high and in. Gallimore kicks and fires. This one's a pop-up on the infield in play. Villarreal once again will come down to make the catch. Pair of pop-outs to the shortstop of Henry Ford ends the inning. Macomb strands a runner at third, and they go scoreless in the second. We go top 3. It's 5-2 MCC over Henry Ford in game 2 of our doubleheader.
Leading off for the Hawks, 27, Braylon Orsetti.
Derek Neufeld, a pretty solid second inning of work. After giving up a 2-run blast to Cole Loftus in the first, he has settled down, he has 3 strikeouts, and he will face the top of this Henry Ford lineup in Braylon Orsetti, Casey Robertson, and Manny Gutierrez here in the third. Despite us playing 9 full innings back in Game 1, we're only playing 7 here. This is supposed to be 2 7-inning ball games. Game 1 went a little bit late with extras. But the Monarchs are looking for redemption. Got off to a hot start offensively. Neufeld has settled in, and it's now an 0-2 count to Orsetti, the left fielder. He walked back in the first inning and got caught up in between the base paths and was called out, or tagged out, I'm sorry. That's fastball high and away. They say Orsetti checked his swing, did not go around. A little bit of confusion there from Cowdery, who stalled, tagged the runner, and then looked back to offer some help. 2-2 from Neufeld. Inside corner, did not miss by much. That's a pretty darn good take there by Orsetti. I don't know if I would have laid off that. That was right there. Neufeld shaded towards the third base dugout side. Kicks through the windup. Orsetti grips and rips it foul on 3-2 out of play. As that sun begins to set over the right field foul pole, maybe first base side dugout. It's going to affect the left side of our infield and our left fielder as well. Here's a ground ball the opposite way, a seeing eye single. Base hit in the left field. So Orsetti on for the first 2 times today, a walk and a base hit. Brings Casey Robertson to the dish. Struck out swinging his first time, and that led to the back pick on Orsetti. He was caught in a pickle, tagged out. They're going to pick over towards him right now. Buster Diebel's got a range off the bag. Robertson takes strike 1. That's one thing for Neufeld that's really going to benefit his ability to be effective in this game is getting out ahead of hitters. 0-1, 1-2. He had Orsetti in a good count, but Braylon got the best of him with a base hit. But getting to counts like this, 0-1, 0-2, that's where he's going to find success. It's much more difficult to battle back from those 2-0, 3-0, 3-1s than in a situation like this. But also, you can't give a guy like Casey Robertson too good of a pitch when you are up 0-2. It's a strong Henry Ford lineup. They got some power. We saw from Cole Loftus earlier. It's a fly ball, shallow center field. Epps got to come in really hard. Dives, can't make the catch. Falls next to him in center field. Advancing on to second will go Orsetti, and it's a base hit for Casey Robertson. Because center field is 440 feet away, Epps has got to play somewhat between those 250, 300 feet of outfield out there in center. So there's a lot of room to cover there for the fastest guy on this team. But even still, stealing 23 bases this season, that's a long, long way to go. A lot of ground to cover, and that ball did not hang up long enough for Epps to be able to get there in time. First and second, nobody out. Neufeld's got to work out of another jam. Gutierrez walked and scored his first time. Came in on the Loftus home run. Strike called, lower outside corner. Gutierrez, 3 hits back in game 1. He's the hottest hitter for this Henry Ford team today. Counterpart of Aiden Miller. Couple of looks down a second from Neufeld. Checked his swing. No, he didn't. He went around. 1 and 2. Sandia, the second baseman, playing in the hole, way away from second base. Right now it's McKay in the back pocket of the runner, Orsetti down at second. There's a ground ball to Sandia. Backhand play. It ate him up. Off the heel of his glove. He's got to hang on to it, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. That's one of those ones where I think Sandia had time to get around and field that between his legs. He decided to go for the backhand, and one bad hop ate up the heel of his glove, and no play was had. It's going to be an error on Sandia. That is the 5th of the day, the first of this game. Cole Loftus homered his last time. He's got the bases juiced. Orsetti's at third base. He singled. Robertson stands at second. He also singled. And Gutierrez just reached on the error over at first. Tying run on base. Macomb had one heck of a start as time is called from Cowdrey. Little equipment malfunction. Going to need a new wristband. I just think the battery life on those things might be a little low. It was Don Miller who had to switch one out back in game 1 on the mound, and now Cowdrey's doing so behind the dish. Gomes going to bring their corner infielders in on the grass cutout. Middle infielders shaded up the middle for 2. Good stop from Vincent as Neufeld pulled that fastball across the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to Loftus. Setting one out to deep left field his last time. That is how Henry Ford has a pair of runs. Another one in the dirt, 3-0. Nowhere to put Loftus in this situation. Neufeld through the windup. On the way, that's a strike right down the middle. Wind still carrying in the same direction as it was game 1, blowing out towards left field, maybe across your screen, right to left. The 3-1 pitch is inside and high. A bases loaded walk puts one more on the board for Henry Ford, and there's still nobody out. It's a 5-3 game. Combs' lead trims to 2. Loftus aboard for the second time, and Nick Caruso, assistant coach for this Monarch team, out to the mound to have a conversation. And while we wait, we'll let you know that today's broadcast, today's second game of the doubleheader, brought to you by Team Rehab Physical Therapy, a network of therapist-owned outpatient physical therapy clinics in Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Georgia. Their mission is to provide the best outpatient physical and occupational therapy. Go visit a Team Rehab Physical Therapy facility today.
The better 41, Matt Cheatham.
Everybody moves up one base. Matt Cheatham struck out swinging to end the first inning. First pitch he'll see is a blistering fastball in the outside corner. Neufeld 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. 0-1 is low. Not by much. Cowdrey did have to turn the glove over, though. Vincent's been very strong behind the dish. Anything that gets dirty down there, he's blocking it up, keeping it in front. That one gets by Cowdrey and a run will score. That is 100% on me. Nobody else gets blame for that pass ball but me. It's now a 5-4 ball game. I can't believe I just did that to Vincent Cowdrey. I apologize, son. Runners on second and third. Cheatham go the 2-1 count. Strike two. High and tight. Monarchs still looking for their first out of the inning. Here it comes. Wave and a miss. Cheatham goes down swinging for the second time in this game. That is out number 1 of the inning. First pitch swung on from Connor Hatfield. Foul territory, left field, making the catch is Cavassini. Throw to the plate is not in time. A sacrifice fly ties the game. Connor Hatfield brings in the run. It was a almost a shoestring catch from Cavassini out there. Very nonchalant. I didn't think he was going to reach that baseball, and then all of a sudden stuck his leather out and made the grab. Loftus does not tag from second to third, so he still stands down there at 2. Back-to-back base hits to lead off the inning, along with an error, have led to 3 straight runs to tie the game at 5. And wipes away Macomb's 5 hits in the first. Their first 4 hitters came together to knock in 4 runs on 4 hits. It was a great start. Cut and a miss. It's Michael Nicholas with a 1-1 count. He's going to line one to shortstop on McKay's 1 hop. Throw to first is picked by Diebel. In between hop for Buster, he came up with it, and that might have saved a run. 3 runs for Henry Ford in the third. Ties the game at 5 apiece. We go to the bottom half. This is your home for Monarch Baseball. We're all square at 5 apiece. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Tom Cavanaugh bringing you all of the action between your Macomb Monarchs and the Henry Ford Hawks. Macomb took a 5-2 lead in the first. Hawks just clapped back with 3 more in the top half of this frame. Now Nick Sandia pulls one on the ground to third. Robertson, easy pick, flip to first, and quickly 1 away. Sandia had a sacrifice fly in his first at-bat. Grounds out sharply this time. Bring Dane Richards to the dish. Ground out to shortstop. It's part of that 5-run first inning. No cut and miss at a slider. Evan Gallimore has settled in. He did give up a double to Cavassini last inning, but then sat down the next 3 hitters quietly. Make it 0-2. Nicholas blocks it up in the dirt. After Richards, it'll be Epps, Ames, and McKay. Macomb needing this win in the worst way after losing their last 3. Here's a line drive into center field, a base hit for Dane. 1-out knock. And the 7th hit of the day for Macomb. We'll bring Adrian Epps to the dish. Found his way on with a hit by pitch last time, then stole second, stole third. Came in to score on the Riley Ames base hit. Very sizable lead for Dane Richards. Not going this time as Epps skies it in the air, first base side. It is playable in foul territory. Coming over is Loftus. And he puts it away for out number 2. So Epps quickly pops out.
The batter, number 7, Riley Ames.
So it'll be Ames's turn, an RBI single his last time. I'm going to look for a little more 2-out magic. Richards, I'm sorry, over there at first. That's ball 1 upstairs. Ames just earned his 15th hit, 6th RBI of the season. Waves at that breaking ball in the dirt. That's one pitch that Macomb hitters have really struggled with all day, no matter who's on the mound. With Gallimore, we're seeing a lot of fishing down low. When it was Jones earlier back in game 1, tons of swing and misses on breaking ball sliders down and away. We're going to pick back over towards first base. Richards in safe but dirty. That sun's starting to play a role now. Gallimore a long pause, the 1-1. Blocked up by Nicholas. Keep you updated on that game 2 between Jackson and Schoolcraft. As we stand currently right now, Macomb has fallen into 4th place in the standings as Mott is 5-4. Half game above MCC. But if Macomb's able to gut out a win here in game 2, they would retake that 3rd place spot. 2s are wild on the board. Gallimore delivers. This one's pulled on the ground. Backhand for Robertson. Hiccups for a moment. Cross diamond throw is not in time. Riley Ames with that speed beat it out. And that little hiccup from Robertson over there at third base was just enough for Ames to be safe. 2nd hit of the ball game for Riley. That'll bring up Ryan McKay. 2 on with 2 out in a tie ball game. Macomb out hitting Henry Ford currently 8-4. McKay fouls the first one straight back. Good swing. Flied out to center field. His first time did Ryan. A lot of open space on the right side of that diamond. You got Caden McGrath over there at second, shading in towards Richards. In the dirt again from Gallimore, make it 1-1. The at-bats have definitely been better here in Game 2 for Monarch hitters. Whether it's attacking the first pitch and getting barrel or working the count and making Gallimore throw more. This is pitch number 62 coming up. Just missed inside. Yeah, if you remember back to Game 1, Ethan Gajewski, he was at about 62, 63 pitches in the fifth. We stand in the bottom of the third currently. Blocked up by Nicholas. Another dirty ball makes it 3-1. If McKay were to find a way on, the hot-hitting Dom Cavassini would step in. 2 for 2 with a double and a single for him, waiting on deck. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Way outside and low. And just like that, with 2 gone, Riley Ames keeps it going with an infield knock and a 5-pitch walk to Ryan McKay as the base is loaded for Dom Cavassini. As we mentioned, Cavassini, 2 for 2. Singled back in the first to get things started, then doubled and was stranded in the second. First pitch to him. Wave and a miss. Breaking ball down and away. Slider continues to work on Macomb hitters. Cavassini has found the left side of the field twice. Now he's down 0-2. Henry Ford trying to work out of a jam. He climbed back down 5-2 in the first. Tied this thing up, trying to avoid trailing once again. Gallimore delivers. Swing and a miss. Cavaccini waves at 3 and goes down quickly. That'll end the frame. Macomb loads them up, but they cannot convert. We go to the fourth. It's a 5-5 game here on the Macomb Community College Athletics Network.
Hitting off for the Hawks is number 2, Caden McGrath.
Ahead of the fourth inning, Derek Neufeld back on the mound for Macomb. He delivers a first pitch strike. Caden McGrath to lead things off, the 8-9-1 hitters for Henry Ford in a tie 5-5 game. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're only playing 7 innings of action with these double headers. You play 14 instead of 18 full, but today we're probably going to get through 16, possibly more. One at the knees. Back-to-back base hits, an error, and a walk led off the third inning for Henry Ford. They were able to score 3 and tie things. There's a ball on the ground to shortstop. Easily picked up by McKay. His throw is there. A little bit of a stretch from Diebel. Has out number 1. Brings Santana Villarreal the dish with 1 out. Macomb and Henry Ford will not see each other again after tomorrow. They'll do a doubleheader over at Corner Ballpark in Detroit, Michigan. Breaking ball at the knees. Villarreal looks over towards his dugout. Neufeld, who got off a rough start, walked 2 of the first 3 batters he saw, then gave up a 2-run homer. Besides that third inning with a couple of hits and one walk with the bases loaded, he's been fairly solid. That's swinging strike. Villarreal went around on the slider. Make it 2 at the knees. And Neufeld's got some pop, a little bit of hum to that fastball as well. Upper 80s, 88, 89. A righty-righty matchup, too. It can get on you quickly with a little bit of fade. Here's a curve that drops in the dirt. Cowdrey blocks it up this time. We're gonna go full 3-2. Off-speed pitch missed a little bit high and tight. 9 batter, nobody on, 1 out. This is a guy you need to get right here before you come back to the top of the lineup in Braylon Orsetti. He will not. Fastball tugged, down and out. It's a 1-out walk. Orsetti's 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He swung it last inning. Actually led off the inning. He was one of 7 different Hawks to come to the dish. And he'll look at strike 1 on the outside corner. Nice pitch from Derek. (20-3) on the season for Henry Ford. One of their best years in recent history. 9-1 to start the season in MCCAA East play. Not even close to the type of production that they had last year. You look at last year, I mean, you had Jackson and Macomb with a little bit of Mott, and that was your top 3 in this conference. Macomb ultimately won it. This one's going to get past Cowdrey, a spiked fastball inside. Taking a hard turn around second base is Villarreal. He will hold there. Cowdrey will walk it back. One and one to Orsetti. A little bit of action now in the Macomb bullpen. Head coach Taylor Jellikowski leaning outside that third base side dugout. Watching on as his team tries to keep this a tie ball game at 5 apiece. Orsetti ropes one left center field. This ball's got some fade and some carry. Epps up against the wall, makes the catch. Adrian Epps. No, he did not catch that baseball, did he? If he caught that baseball, then our runner at third base, Santana Villarreal, must get back. Did he tag up? Wow. I did not think Santana Villarreal tagged up on that. Maybe he did. He's now at third base. Adrian Epps, man, he's been playing a fabulous center field today. He had to go a long way for that. He dove and fell into the blue windscreen out there that's connected to the fence. What a play. Saving a run right there. There's now 2 outs with a runner at third. Tapped foul from Casey Robertson. I mean, Arcetti had been putting good swings on the baseball all day long. He actually belted one out to Epps back in game 1 to start the contest. That was sweet. Robertson leaves that one alone, 1-1. A base hit and a run scored last time up, last inning for Casey Robertson. Struck out swinging in his opening at-bat in the first. Neufeld trying to work out of a jam. He's got the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Breaking pitch in the dirt, met with the glove by Cowdrey. Here's the 2-1. High pop-up. First base side, Sandia along with Diebel. Nobody's there. The Bermuda Triangle. It drops between Ames, Diebel, and Sandia. No communication. Gives Henry Ford a 6-5 lead. If that is not the epitome of how Macomb lost game 1 and why they are now losing game 2 after having a 5-2 lead, I don't know what else is. Somebody's got to take charge. Those type of plays can't happen. If somebody drops the baseball, fine, that's a physical error. Mental errors, communicational errors are the ones that you cannot have. Here's a fly ball out to left field off the bat of Manny Gutierrez. The catch is made by Cavassini and the inning is over, but not before Macomb gives up a 5-5 tie. They now trail by 1. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning. This is your home for Macomb baseball.
But you don't want to be alone. It don't take but 2 to have a little soiree. If you're in the mood, sit tight right where you are, babe. Cause I'll be at your door in 10 minutes. Whatever you got on, girl, stay in it. You ain't gotta leave the house to have a good time. I'm gonna bring the good time home to you. We'll have a house party. We don't need nobody. Turn your TV off. Break that boombox out. We'll wake up all the neighbors till the whole block hates us. And the cops will show up and try to shut us down. If you're gonna be a homebody, we're gonna have a house party. If you wanna be a homebody, we're gonna have a house party. Throw a neon t-shirt over the lampshade. I'll take the furniture.
Leading off for the Monarchs, number 24, Buster Diebel.
Evan Gallimore, another inning. After giving up 5 in the first, he's only allowed 3 hits and a walk. He's also picked up a pair of strikeouts. Sorry, just 1 strikeout for Gallimore as Buster Diebel is hit by the pitch. So after giving up a 5-5 game, it's now 6-5 Henry Ford. Gallimore returns the favor right there by hitting the leadoff man, Buster. Cowdrey will step in, 1 for 2. RBI double. Came back in the first, as we mentioned, the 5-run inning. And then he popped out to shortstop his last time. Swings and fouls one away. And he is biting heavy on that slider down and away. If I'm the coaching staff calling pitches, or if I'm this catcher here for Henry Ford, Nicholas, I'm only throwing a heavy diet of sliders down and away and fastballs right on the outside corner. Nothing high, belt or lower, all the way. Blocked up in the dirt. Diebel on first, not a ton of speed. Could go first to third on an opposite field base hit, though. Five runs on 8 hits with 1 error for Macomb. 6 runs on 5 hits with an error for Henry Ford. This is roped on the left field line, foul. Audrey now down in the count, 1-2. It'll be Aiden Miller to bat next, and then Nick Sandia Jr. possibly. Small lead at first for Diebel as he leans back towards the bag. Cowdrey fights it away. So in game 1, it was Henry Ford who was out hitting Macomb, and Monarchs were still hanging around. On the other end, game 2, it's much different. Cowdrey leaves that alone, squirts away from the catcher Nicholas. Nowhere to go for Diebel. Count now moves to 2-2. Talked about Cowdrey's successes all year long. He's the first to 30 hits this season for Macomb. 5 doubles, 13 home runs, 33 RBIs. He's going to put one on the ground to shortstop. Virial to second. Throw to first. Not in time. It's a little bit errant of a toss, so Cowdrey will be safe as he comes up a little ginger down that first base line. Henry Ford nearly converts the double play. 1 on, 1 out for Aiden Miller.
Number 8, Aiden Miller.
Miller's 1 for 2. RBI base hit. The first popped out to shortstop his last time. Jacob Frederick is the runner over at first base, and nearly making the catch in foul territory as the catcher, Michael Nicholas. Wow. Miller will live to see another day. It was Nicholas who nearly ran into the fence right near his own dugout on the first base side. Could not see from your angle on the screen here. He was just down on that bottom right corner there. Here's the 0-1 to Miller. Line drive, base hit into center field. Let's see what Frederick wants to do. He's going to hold up at second. He was turning around like he was ready to go to third, but they hold on the brakes there. Aiden Miller continues to stay hot. He's got 4 hits on the doubleheader afternoon. So Frederick moves up to second. He is pinch running for Cowdrey. Nick Sandia will swing it. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. Turning over the glove, Nicholas behind the plate. That's 1-0. Sandia was over there with Buster Diebel and right fielder Riley Ames. Miscommunication let that ball drop with 2 outs and a runner on third base, giving Henry Ford their current 6-5 lead, and this game could be tied. Coming around third is Frederick on the base hit. He will score. Down to third is Miller. He is out. Macomb ties the game on the base hit from Nick Sandia Jr. Miller tried to go an extra 90 feet. He was called out on the tag, and there's 2 outs with Sandia at second.
The batter, number 15, Dane Richard.
Frederick was flying around third base, and you saw that ground ball Between short and third, Villarreal, the shortstop, tried to dive, make the play. It snuck under his glove, but also ricocheted not towards the left fielder, but towards the left field line, the chalk, which made Orsetti have to pivot and get onto that baseball. They still threw out Miller somehow. Dane Richards takes ball one low and outside. So Nick Sandia Jr. comes up big, ties the ball game. 6 apiece. We're in the fourth. Evan Gallimore, after not giving up an earned run his entire season, has now given up 6 in this game, and taking the extra base is Sandia Jr. Dirt ball read. We love those. Sandia head first slide. He's 90 feet away. Richards, he singled his last time, looking to come up big once again. Gallimore delivers the 2-0. It's called for a strike. Sandia's got some speed. We just saw it. This ball squeaks away from Nicholas whatsoever. You could see the green light. Cut and a miss from Richards. That was down and away in the dirt. Waving that time. Richards did not play in game 1 until about the 6th inning. He came in as a defensive replacement, got one at bat. He's going to pop one up in the air. Foul territory, left field. Giving chase Orsetti and company. Nobody comes up with the catch. Foul ball. Richards on a 4-game hitless streak right now. Or coming into this game, I should say. We're going to keep it going with his second. Here's the 2-2. Tap back to the mound. Gallimore can't make the play. He didn't have time. Sandia's going to score. A swinging bunt from Dane Richards. It counts all the same. That's an RBI base hit for Dane. So Gallimore, when he came off the mound, he had to repivot his feet to try to go field that baseball. He got a little bit of a weird step at first, a late jump to it, and Richards got speed. He beat out the throw. I mean, there was no throw to be had, but that is one way to take a lead. 7-6 now. Macomb leads as Adrian Epps will pop out for the second time. 2 runs from the Monarchs in a little bit of a scrappy scenario from not only Dane Richards' swinging bunt, but Nick Sandia Jr., the seeing eye single, gives Macomb a 7-6 lead. We go to the 5th. This is your home for Monarch Baseball.
Leading off for the Hawks is number 12, Cole Loftus.
Macomb up by a penny as we go to the fifth. Tom Cavanaugh bringing you all the action from Warren, Michigan on the campus of Macomb Community College. Your Monarchs on top, 7-6 over the first place Henry Ford Hawks. So first pitch pop up, foul territory. Buster Diebel unable to come down with it. Now right side of the infield having trouble with pop-ups. And you can see the sun coming into play right there as Derek Neufeld had to cower and turn as that baseball came in from right. So right now it's tough to tell on your screen. You can barely see it, but that sun kind of setting over the first base side dugout right in the top right corner of your screen. And it is completely staring the shortstop, third baseman, and left fielder all in the face. Maybe a little bit of Adrian Epps out in center as well. Just swinging a fly ball deep left field. That's off the bat of Loftus. Does he have a second homer on the day? Yes, he does. Cole Loftus ties the ball game with one swing of the bat. And he takes Derek Neufeld deep for the second time in this game. Loftus did not have a home run coming into this, in the season coming into today. He's got two. So instead of a pop out in foul territory, it goes for a long ball, and we're tied up at 7 apiece. The amount of lead changes and ties that we have had in both games today. That's going to be the end of the day for Derek Neufeld. He gives up 7 runs in 4 innings of work. We'll break down the rest of his numbers and our new man on the mound, Matt Dickinson, when we come back. 7-7 game after Cole Loftus goes deep for the second time in this ball game. This is your home for Macomb baseball.
Attention, please. Now pitching for the Monarchs, number 39, Matt Dickinson.
I got a pop star on the go. I got a supermodel in my lap. Bring on the dog jackets and the trap. Off a $50 shooting crab. I put your rap career hammer here. So cricket brought it to near. Pour up the drink, I'm peeling back the seal. Water on my chain like a Navy SEAL. Loaded on sticks, ready to go to war. Move like the military on tour. I got my finesse game on point. Movie spotted lead joint. I got a lit, keep going. I'm put some drug money on the arm. I get a line on you, we scoring.
We score. Are you dumb? The princess Diana, dumb day, she fucking mortgage. No, that's what we doing. Crazy, like stupid.
Yeah,
The princess Diana, dumb day, she fucking mortgage.
biggest.
No, they gotta put up them crazy, like stupid.
Princess Diana diamonds ain't cheap. I'm charging $250 just a tweet. Round with 200 rounds on the seat. Burning on meals, about to get a beat. She make a fan just for me to see. After she suck it, let her hit the key.
Matt Dickinson, the new right-hander on the mound for Macomb, and his first pitch a little bit high and a little bit inside. Hits the back of the backstop. Final numbers for Derek Neufeld. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. We'll get you the numbers on Dickinson. He is making his 6th total appearance. He has started 2 games. This is his 4th in relief. 14 total innings pitched with a 5.7 ERA. 14 strikeouts compared to just 6 walks. Averaging about a strikeout an inning. He has also allowed 9 earned runs on 12 hits in those 14 frames. Count is now 2-1 to Matt Cheatham. Pair of strikeouts today for Matt. He's going to line one down the left field line. This is going to be fair, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Cheatham chugging on to second base. The throw comes in a little bit wide of the bag. And Cheatham's got his first hit of the ball game, and that's a loud double off the wall. Just like that, Cole Loftus goes deep to tie the game, and Henry Ford with a man in scoring position. Connor Hatfield. It's a high pop-up first base side. Buster Diebel calling for it this time, and he makes the catch. That's out number 1. There's definitely some extra emphasis on the communication between Sandia and Diebel on the first base side there. They make the adjustment and get the out. Going to bring up Michael Nicholas, 0 for 2 today. Ground out and fly out. Nice block up from Cowdrey. That was beautiful. Deadens the ball right back into the ground. Does not let it ricochet and bounce off of his chest protector. 7-7 tie. We're in the 5th inning of action. We're playing 7 here from Game 2 of our doubleheader Friday. Fastball misses high and away, 2-0. Big wave and a miss at a breaking ball low. Dickinson, a freshman, playing out of his backyard. He actually went to Henry Ford High School. 6'1", $175 right-hander in his first year of collegiate ball. Cowdrey once again blocks it up. It's still 3-1 though to Michael Nicholas. There's 1 out with a runner at second base. Dickinson checks the runner. Holds that front foot a little bit in front of the back, engaged with the rubber. 3-1, fouled away. He's got Sandia over there at second base. Playing around with the runner, Cheatham. Just picked up a double, his first hit of the afternoon. 3-2 pitch from Dickinson coming in a moment. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Strike 3, a big one. Matt Dickinson comes up huge. 15th punch out of his season. That was also the first double that he has allowed. Besides 2 home runs, there's not been a lot of power against Dickinson. .235 averaged against for hitters. Here's Cowdrey on a little back pick. The throw is not in time. Oh, baby. They got him there. Oh, Cheatham was caught cheating down there at second. Cowdrey gunned down, and the ball beat him, but somehow he snuck the hand underneath. Well done from Vincent. Man, that was perfect. I 100% thought they got him there. Here's the 1-0. Fouled away. Ain't for lack of trying. Cowdrey's done that a few times. Now, he did backpick a runner at second and first. He got the runner at second at the end of Game 1, and then early here in Game 2, he was able to backpick Orsetti over at first. That is a looping breaking ball there that's outside of the other batter's box. 2-1. Dickinson folds the glove over the left thigh, now comes set at the chest, checks the runner. Kicks and fires in the dirt. Make it a 3-1 count to Caden McGrath. Strikeout and a ground out today for him. Santana Villarreal would be next. Cowdrey set up on the inside. Breaking ball from Dickinson, a little bit high. Oh, that was close. Did not miss by much. It's now first and second with 2 gone. Villarreal's 0 for 1 with a walk. Grounded out to second base in his first at-bat, so Dickinson's able to induce another ball on the ground here. Combs got any base to tag on. His little sawed-off swing popped up. That's a fair ball. Cowdrey, the throw to first. Caught by Diebel for out number 3. A heady play from Cowdrey. That ball did not spin. It died on the chalk, and it could have been another one of the lucky plays for Henry Ford to give them a run. We go bottom 5, tied up at 7 apiece. Cole Loftus goes deep for the Hawks. This is your home for Macomb Community College Baseball.
Please now pitching for the Hawks is 5, David Roberts. Leading off for the Monarchs, number 7, Riley.
Welcome back in, bottom of the 5th inning of 7 here from Game 2 of our doubleheader between your Macomb Monarchs and the Henry Ford Hawks. We're all knotted up at 7 apiece. It'll be 8-9-1 for Macomb to face the new pitcher on the mound. Not World Series champion David Roberts, but freshman right-hander for the Hawks, David Roberts. 4 hits allowed in 10 innings, 2 earned runs. He's got a 1.8 ERA, 3.6 strikeouts per 9. He does have more walks and strikeouts in those 10 innings, 5 base on balls to just 4 punchies. Also holds a 2-0 record in 2 appearances. This is his 3rd. Riley Ames trying to be the leadoff man aboard. Takes strike number 2 with the belt. A pair of base hits for Riley. His last one was an infield hit. It's a sharp ground ball to 3rd. Casey Robertson took an extra second with it. Ames' speed allowed him to reach. That just missed, not by much. Another tall right-hander for Henry Ford. It's all they've thrown at the Monarchs today. They have not seen a lefty from either side. That slider misses down and out. 2-2 to Ames. He's been good all day at working counts. Roberts delivers on the outside corner. That's perfect. Strike 3 called. Ames takes a look at it and goes down for the first time in this game. That'll bring McKay to the dish. 0 for 1 with a walk for Ryan. He's had a couple really nice plays at shortstop today as well. back to the top of the lineup in Don Cavassini. Following this, here's a line drive, left center gap. It's going to fall and split him. McKay chugging on to second base. He will cruise in with a one-out double. Roberts hung the breaking ball, and McKay did not miss it. So now Dom Cavassini has a chance to give Macomb the lead right back. He's 2 for 3 today. He's got a single and a double and a strikeout. He has swung the bat well in this game. Last time I personally saw him play, he had a sweet 2-run double. He can hit for some power. He might not have many hits on the season so far in limited at-bats. But when he makes contact, he puts a hurting on it. That's strike one at the letters. Roberts, fastball inside, they call that a foul ball. Either got the knob of the bat or maybe a finger or two of Cavassini. He's going to stay in the box. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. McKay's at second. He just doubled. It's the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Roberts checks the runner once, now slide steps home, high and away. Cavassini went down on 3 pitches his last at-bat. Evan Gallimore would not throw him anything but a slider away. Somewhat of what Roberts has done here as well, but he's going with the fastball. That's that breaking pitch, top of the zone, just missed. That is a tough take for Cavassini right there. Roberts sets on the 2-2. On the way. Strike 3 called. Down the heart of the plate. Might have been a little bit on the outer half. But that's strikeout number 2. Cavassini voicing his opinion that was not strike 3. Second looking K of the inning for David Roberts. We'll leave it up to Buster Diebel with a runner at second base and a pair of outs. First pitch spiked in the dirt. And wind has not changed all day. Still blowing out right to left, maybe towards left center a little bit. Could have helped Loftus out. Maybe just a tad on that second home run. The first one was crushed, but the second one was more of a wall scraper. It's ball 2 outside. Diebel's 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Got an RBI and a run scored in the first inning on that knock. He's awaiting a 2-0. Drops one fouled on the third base line. Roberts, for a guy that struggled command-wise, averaging half a walk an inning, more walks than strikeouts, that is no longer the case. And he's also dialed in on the command in this game specifically. Here's the 2-1. Another late swing fouled out of play down the left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're tied at 7 here in the 5th. Roberts doesn't check the runner this time. He's focused on Diebel. Wave and a miss. David Roberts strikes out the side in the 5th inning, despite giving up a double to Ryan McKay. We're tied up still. We go to the 6th. Henry Ford will not go away, and Macomb struggling to capitalize in these last couple of frames. This is your home for Monarch Baseball. We'll be right back for the 6th inning. Matt Dickinson back on for the 6th inning. He will face the top of this Henry Ford lineup. But before he does so, I'll let you know today's game is brought to you by Uncle Harry's Deli Restaurant, mom and pop cafe with a warm, old-school atmosphere offering traditional sandwiches, soups, and desserts. Come visit the Uncle Harry's Deli location at 21809 Great Macker Ave in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Braylon Orsetti to lead things off, and he skies one in the air. Shallow center field. Epps this time comes in a few steps, makes the catch with one pitch. There's one out. Dickinson was able to enter after the Loftus home run. That ended the day for Derek Neufeld, and minus the double and the walk from Dickinson, he was pretty solid. First pitch on the way to Casey Robertson is a strike called lower outside corner. Five more hits in the ball game for Macomb. Got 12 of them. There's a breaking ball up near the eyes. Henry Ford had 11 in game one, and they were able to gut out a 6-5 or a 5-4 win, excuse me. Here's another high fly ball. This one in the left center gap. Epps is going to have to range a few further feet to his right. Sticks up the glove, makes the catch, and that's 2 flyouts to Adrian Epps in center field to start the inning. These are towering fly balls, too. Bring up Manny Gutierrez. 0 for 2 with a walk. He has reached twice. One of those was on an error. He just swung out of his shoes that time, Adrian Beltre style. My goodness. Came up empty. That helmet almost popped off. Fairly open stance, crouches a little bit as he rests the bat on the left shoulder. Picks it up as Dickinson goes through the windup. Nearly hits Gutierrez that time as he lunges out of the way. Dickinson's one of those guys, he could be a 2-year player that, you know, sets the baseline here in year one, and then sophomore season, much like we're seeing with Jack Saputo, come in and be an absolute force with a little bit of experience. That breaking ball just below the knees. And that's a fair majority of this Macomb team this year. They're a young squad. Besides who's on the field right now in Epps, Ames, McKay, Cowdrey, there ain't too many guys that are a second-year player on this Macomb team. Miller's new, Sandia, Diebel, Cavassini, and Dickinson as well, taking the bump right now. 2s are wild here in the 6th. We're knotted up at 7. Dickinson drops the glove. Here it comes, high and away. And you got to get Gutierrez here, because you do not want to pitch to Cole Loftus, who is 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 homers. 3-2 just missed. Upper outside corner. Here comes Loftus. He's got 4 RBIs on the day. 3 have come from home runs. He had a 2-run blast in the first. Solo shot in the 5th. And then sandwiched between that and the 3rd inning, he had a bases-loaded walk. Fouls off the first pitch. Loftus came into the game with 17 hits, only 3 doubles and a triple. He's got 2 homers in this game. He's upped his RBI total to 17. Just been a good day for him. And once again, we're going to have to change out our PitchCom wristband. Dickinson's going to call time and switch it out. That kind of leads us into our next sponsor, Rawhorn Electric Incorporated. Grew to become a union electrical contracting company specializing in transportation-related electrical infrastructure in the state of Michigan. Call today at 586-992-0400. It's Raw Horn Electric Incorporated. Electronics not working too well for Macomb here throughout the whole day. I still just think the battery life's a little bit short on them, but they are still new in the model process of being integrated into baseball, especially at the junior college level. That breaking ball was low. It's 1-1. Loftus again to left field. Does this have enough? Cavassini going back. He's feeling for the wall. He makes the catch on the track. Not this time, Cole Loftus. Nearly hit a third in the ball game, and he's got a big grin on his face, thinking he just went deep once again. Cavassini makes the play in left field, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Macomb and Henry Ford tied at 7 apiece.
Leading off for the Monarchs, number 4, Vincent Cowdrey.
Bottom of the 6th, Vincent Cowdrey to lead things off against David Roberts. First pitch to him. Fastball, two-seamer that swipes right back in on the outside corner for strike 1. That thing had some movement. It's been a quiet day for Cowdrey, -1 double. Same pitch, same sort of swing on the spin of it, 0-2. A double, a pop out, and a fielder's choice with a run scored today for Vincent. 2 runs scored, rather. Roberts has been dialed. He struck out the side last inning. And now Cowdrey shoots one up the middle. Diving, unable to make the play is McGrath. Cowdrey with a leadoff knock. He's going to get a pinch runner. It will be Jacob Frederick. Great swing from number 4 as he comes off the field, giving a little advice to Nick Sandia, who was standing on deck, just, talking about tendencies of David Roberts on the mound right now. There's a breaking ball for strike 1. Outside corner to Aiden Miller. Great day for Aiden. 2 hits in game 1. It was a pair of doubles with 2 RBIs. He's got an RBI and 2 singles in this one. He's going to square to bunt, pulls back as that breaking pitch nearly hit him. A little bit of small ball in the mind of head coach Taylor Jellikowski down that third base line in the coach's box. Trying to get his cleanup man to lay one down. He's squaring again. He might have gotten hit with that pitch too. I think it deflected off the bat, foul ball, but it also hit Miller. And if anybody's unfamiliar, if you square on the bunt and do not pull back, you can get hit in the teeth, and it is still a strike. One and 2 on Miller. Roberts delivers. Slider down and away. That's a ball. After Aiden, it's Nick Sandia Jr. and Dane Richards. Leadoff man, Vincent Cowdrey. With a single, it's Jacob Frederick, pinch running for him. There's a high chopper up the middle. This could be two. Viriel fumbles with it, touches second, on to first. They got him. Miller hands over his head. Can't believe it. It's a 6-3 double play for Henry Ford to spoil the leadoff man. Boy, that was close. Especially because Viriel bobbled the ball on the short hop before he kicked second. Sandia is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly today. And that seeing eye single back in the fourth to tie the game. Then Richards gave Macomb a 1-run lead. That was before Cole Loftus went deep to tie it at 7. Foul ball down and out. Or ball down and out, excuse me, 1-1. Sandia awaits. Another slider. As we said earlier, Macomb needs this win in the worst way after letting Game 1 slip through their fingers. They had a 5-2 lead here in Game 2. Henry Ford has battled all the way up to this point. That is strike 2 on the lower outside corner. And on 13 hits, Macomb's got 6 more than the Hawks, but the same amount of runs. Nicholas set up outside, a long pause from Roberts on the bump. Lifts the glove, the 2-2. High, fly ball, right field. Coming in a few steps and making the catch easily as Gutierrez for out number 3. We are going to go to the 7th inning in a tie game, 7-7. We're either going to go to extras or we're going to play until the sun goes down and we cannot anymore. And it looks like our field umpire he's making a call of sorts. He's pointing at our first base coach, and they just threw out our assistant coach. All right, we're going to have a conversation on the field about this ejection. There was just some banter being had, nothing exclamatory from our assistant coach over there at first, and our field umpire, for some reason, decided it would be in the best interest of everybody to throw somebody out in the 7th inning. We'll see you in a few.
Leading off for the Hawks, 41, Matt Cheatham.
Matt Dickinson back out on the mound. Why wouldn't he be? He's been great. He'll face Matt Cheatham, Connor Hatfield, and Michael Nicholas here in the 7th inning of a tie ball game. The sun continues to dip down. We're not in the danger zone yet. Still looking pretty good for maybe a few more innings of baseball. Wouldn't be ironic if we were set for 2 sevens and played a full 18. Dickinson leaves that one high and in. 2-0 to Cheatham, who just recorded his first hit of the day. Oh, and it's actually the first hit for Cheatham on the season. He was 0 for 3 coming into the game. He's now 1 for 3 in this one. And Dickinson is now off to a 3-0 start. Connor Hatfield waits on deck. It'll be Michael Nicholas to follow him. And we might see Caden McGrath as well, as that's a 4-pitch walk. Pinch hitter coming in for Henry Ford. It's going to be, pinch runner. Hatfield will come to bat. It's going to be number 24, Carrington Thomas will pinch run once again. Will he or will he not? Okay, he will. So Cheatham's aboard via the walk. Thomas will run for him. Mayfield's 1 for 3 today. We continue to burn daylight as we wait for time to be called in play. Thomas can run. He's over at first base. Try the arm of Cowdrey. He could. That's ball 1, 5 straight from Dickinson. Light throwing in the Macomb bullpen currently. A couple of fabulous games when it comes to just straight up competition. Here's a bunt attempt that gets down the third baseline. Miller fields, double clutches, throws. Picked at first by Diebel, but he's safe. Miller double clutched after fielding, and that was just enough to allow Hatfield to reach. So first and second, nobody out. As Nick Caruso, assistant coach from Macomb, out to the mound to have a conversation with the infield. Would be an ideal situation for Macomb if what happened last game in a similar situation where it was first and second, nobody out. Henry Ford tried to bunt. They did not get it down. Cowdrey then backpicked the runner at second to get that out, and it was then runner on second, 1 out in a non-bunt scenario. But we're looking at the bottom of the lineup here. Michael Nicholas, the catcher. He's likely going to try to lay one down. If he does not, Caden McGrath might as well. But it's still the 7, 8, 9 hitters in your lineup.
Batters 26, Michael Nicholas.
0 for 3 day for Michael. Fly out, ground out, and a strikeout. A little bit of everything in that order. Diebel in on the grass before the cutout at first. Here's the bunt attempt. Fouled away. Miller at third base. He's towing that grass outline. Middle infield, you got McKay right up the chute, and then Sandia playing his normal position. Dickinson trying to get out of a jam, the 1-0. This one's bunted fair in play. Miller, a late start to it. Throw to first. Sandia's there to make the grab, and that's out number 1. Sacrifice bunt from Nicholas moves both runners up.
Batters 2, Caden McGrath.
Hatfield to second. Down to third goes Carrington Thomas, the pinch runner. Will they put Caden McGrath on base? It does not look like they will. Dickinson is going to pitch to him. Infield all the way in for Macomb. McGrath takes a breaking ball for strike 1. These 2 of the tightest ball games of the year. Macomb kind of had the same thing happen with Mott here last week. They pulled out a couple of walk-off wins. Were unable to do so in game 1. They got a little bit of life here in game 2 as that's a breaking ball in the outside corner, 0-2. In the bottom half of the 7th, Macomb will have Dane Richards, Adrian Epps, and Riley Ames subject to change coming up. just a bit outside on the 0-2. Dickinson leans down, gets his sign from his wristband. The 1-2 is on the way. Ground ball to second base. Sandia bobbles for a moment. He's got to go to first. They thought about going home. Carrington Thomas got a good jump. And it's now 8-7 Henry Ford. After a 5-2 lead in the first inning, Macomb jumped out to a 5-run first. The Hawks have clawed all the way back late in the game. It's an RBI for McGrath. So it goes down 4-3 for out number 2. Santana Villarreal cuts and misses. It was the walk to lead things off, a 4-pitch walk to Cheatham, and then the base hit from Hatfield set things in motion for Henry Ford. You just find ways to get guys on base, and when you have base runners, good things will happen. And yet they do have 2 home runs, both from Cole Loftus today. This is not a team that is going to pound the baseball and hit a ton of home runs, much like we see from this Macomb team. They got some pop in their bats compared to Henry Ford here, but there's a reason these Hawks are 9-1 in conference and have won 11 straight games. Nice block up from Cowdrey. It's now 1-2. Dickinson delivers. Here's a ground ball to short. In between hop for McKay. Fields cleanly. Throw to first is in time. We're going bottom 7. Macomb trails by 1. RBI ground out from Caden McGrath gets the job done. It's 8-7 Hawks. This is your home for Macomb Community College Athletics. We'll be right back.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Hawks is 15, David Jones.
Let me begin. I came to win. Battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever slack up. Punk, you better back up. Try and play the role and you're the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling. Jump up, touch the ceiling. Monks, let's a funk tough. Someone's talking junk, yeah, I'll bust them in the eye. And then I'll take the punks out. Feeling funky, amps in the trunk, and I got more rhymes in this cops that are junkie. Donut shop, sure enough, I got pop from the kids on the hill. Plus my mom and my pops. I came to get down, I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down. I'll serve your ass like John McEnroe. Kick your girl, step some thumbs, smack it.
To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Ooh, leading off for the Monarchs, number 15, Dane Richards.
Dane Richards will lead things off. Adrian Epps is in the on-deck circle. Those are the first 2 hitters to come out for Macomb, trailing by 1. And if you tuned into Game 1, well, the last 3 innings of Game 1, then you're very familiar with David Jones. He had 8 strikeouts and 11 batters faced, and now Dane Richards lines one out to right field sharply for out number 1. Great swing, not the result. Yeah, Jones dialed in his first appearance. I was surprised that he came back out for this game trying to pick up another save. Here in the save and the win. I was back in Game 1. Now Epps, he's fouled out twice today. Those are in his last 2 at-bats. Riley Ames on deck. He will be next. Epps takes strike one. Jones was using a ton of slider action down and away. That was more towards the meat and potatoes of this Macomb order. He's going right at at Epps currently. Leaves that one upstairs. Adrian pops it up, foul territory, right field, diving, and did he make that catch? Gutierrez? No. He laid out like he could have caught it. Now that sun also playing with my eyes right here as we call this game in behind home plate. Epps now down to his final strike. It's 2-2. Macomb trails by 1, 8-7. Hawks took a 2-0 lead back in the top of the first inning off Cole Loftus's first home run. Macomb then responded with 5 runs in their first offensive opportunity. Game would then turn to 5-5 as Henry Ford battled back. Macomb then responded, and they were able to score a run, making it 6-5. Henry Ford once again battled. Macomb took a 7-6 lead. A Cole Loftus home run tied things. And here's Adrian Epps, deep left center field, off the top of the wall. Epps, he's headed for third base. The relay throw is high, all the way to the backstop. Epps is going to try for home. He holds up. Oh, more. Oh, I thought Adrian Epps was going to try to go home for an inside the Parker. Instead, it's a triple. So, as I continue to talk about how this game has gone from one side to the other, lead change to tie, lead change tie, Adrian Epps puts one off the wall, one of the longest balls I've seen him ever hit here at Macomb, and he's 90 feet away from tying this game up. Nobody had been able to do that against David Jones over the last 3 1/3 innings of relief work that he has had today. Epps with an unbelievable swing. Riley Ames' turn with the infield in for Henry Ford. Slider outside. Now David's going to start, mixing in that off-speed stuff, that slider down and away that was able to draw 8 strikeouts. How about Adrian Epps, man? Come up big in a spot. 0-1, bunt attempt, it's a squeeze! Epps scores, throw to first is in time. Ames is out, but the game is tied. Beautiful job from Riley Ames. It was a suicide squeeze opportunity. Epps was crashing to the plate, and the bunt was perfect.
Number 12, Ryan Macomb.
Goes 1-4 in the book. Epps scores. How about Riley Ames? Here's a shallow fly ball off the bat of Ryan McKay. If I'd have told you we're going extras in both games to start the day, you'd have thought I was crazy. But when it was 5-5 in about the 5th inning, you had the feeling we were gonna. It's time for more extra baseball. We're going to the 8th. After Adrian Epps triples, Ames brings him in with the suicide bunt. Gotta love it. This is your home for Macomb Community College Baseball.
The hip, hop, you don't stop. Rock it out, baby, rubber to the boogity, bang, bang, the boogie to the boogity beat.
Your attention, please. In to pitch for the Monarchs, number 36, Aiden Zanzella.
A lot of extra baseball today for all of you tuning in. 8-8 is your score. Macomb and Henry Ford. An incredible doubleheader series today. Hopefully it lives up to it tomorrow in Corktown as these two teams go at it one more time. And there's a new man on the mound for Macomb taking over for Matt Dickinson. It is Aiden Manzella, the former Oakland Golden Grizzly, pitched there last year. He's making his 5th appearance for the Monarchs this season. Breaking ball, upper outer corner. Evens the count at 1-1 to the leadoff man, Braylon Orsetti. 2.2 innings pitched for Manzella, 4 earned runs, no hits. He has struck out 4 and has not walked a batter. Or I'm sorry, he has struck out 4 and he's walked 8. Spikes one in the dirt, 2-1. In his time at OU, he only made 4 appearances. 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk in that time. This one's pulled on the ground by Orsetti, a base hit to right field. Orsetti's had a good day. He's 2 for 4 with a walk in this one. And one of those was a spectacular catch from Adrian Epps a few innings ago. So Orsetti's continued to hit the ball hard. That's going to bring up Casey Robertson. 1 for 4. A base hit, reached on an error, flied out and struck out. Cowdrey turns the glove over as that's in the dirt. So in his time with OU, Manzella not having any command issues. So we said just 1 walk in those 2 2/3. Obviously the sample size is small. But in that same time here with Macomb, he's at 8. There's a back pick towards Orsetti at first base. He's back in safely. See those shadows beginning to cast on all the individuals on our field right now. That sun continuing to grow lower. Definitely tough for a right-handed batter in a situation like this. That sun staring you right in the face like high beams. 2-1. The count to Robertson. Macomb was down to their final 2 outs. Adrian Epps hit a triple. Riley Ames with the suicide squeeze. And here's a belted swing to left field. That one got out in a hurry. Casey Robertson, a 2-run homer. Takes Manzella deep. Robertson's 3rd home run ties the team lead. That was a line drive homer. Loftus had 2 moonshots today, and Robertson just left the park in a hurry. 2-run shot makes it 10-8 Henry Ford. This team just continues to hang around, and they find the big swing. Here's a pop-up foul territory, 3rd base side. Cowdrey called off by Miller, who makes the catch. 1 out. I guess I can take responsibility for that as well, saying Henry Ford was not a team that's going to hit with a ton of power. They're just going to put the ball in play and find a way on. They got 3 homers today compared to Macomb's 0. 24 total hits in this one. First pitch in the dirt to Cole Loftus. 2 for 3 with a walk and a pair of homers. That breaking ball he lays off on. Strike 1. Did not check his swing that time. Another breaking pitch. Bottom of the feet. Make it 1-2. Slider away. You can't question Macomb's effort in this one at all. There's just a few plays here and there, whether it's a mental error, something with the communication. We saw allowing a run on a infield pop-up that dropped. They did not strike out nearly as much as they did in this game as they did in Game 1. They hit the ball great. Still have a bottom of the 8th inning to play with, but they find themselves trailing in these situations. due to just a few minor plays throughout the course of the ball game. That comes back to bite him. That's down low. Manzella, his first walk of the inning, puts Loftus on board. And looks like Castora's going to come back. Tyler Castora. He will swing it for Matt Cheatham. Castora got the start in game 1 as the designated hitter. He went 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Ten runs on 10 hits with 1 error for Henry Ford, the visitors. 8 runs on 14 hits with 1 error as well for MCC. Henry Ford trying to win their 12th straight game. Macomb hoping not to fall for the 4th straight. First pitch Castora sees here in game 2 is a fastball outside. Matt Cheatham ends the day 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, and a run scored. Breaking ball at the belt. Evens the count up. Ducking out of the way that time. Castora 2 balls and 1 strike here in the 8th inning. Nice scoop by Cowdrey. 3-1. Manzella in jeopardy of walking back-to-back hitters and putting more guys aboard for the Hawks. This one swung on. Swinging bunt. Tapped right in front of Cowdrey. Fields throws to first. That'll be out number 2. Well done from Vincent to hop out of the crouch. Loftus will move on down to second base. As we mentioned, Macomb will not be back here at home until April 19th, Saturday. They'll be taking on Schoolcraft. The Ocelots come to town. They'll be on the road for the next 6. They'll play Henry Ford tomorrow for 2 more. Then on the 14th, they go out to Cornerstone and Grand Rapids for a pair. And then next Thursday, that's the 17th, they'll play Schoolcraft again at Corner Ballpark in Corktown. Strike 1 called to Connor Hatfield. A pretty sizable amount of schedule left. They still got SC4 to play for 4. They get LCC, Community Christian College. Checking the swing. He did not go 1-1. And that Jackson series, that could be pivotal. We'll take on Jackson for 4 straight to open up May. Fastball low, 2-1. Small lead for Loftus down there at second base. He's not going anywhere. Hatfield sitting on a 2-1. He'll swing and pop it up. That's going to get out of play. 2-2. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Macomb had a 3-run lead in the first. Henry Ford was able to claw back. They took a lead. Macomb tied. Macomb took a lead. Henry Ford tied. And Macomb tied it in the bottom of the 7th inning. That took us to extras before Casey Robertson, a 2-run blast. That happened minutes ago. This pitch slips by Cowdrey onto third base. Will go Loftus. It's now a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Been an impressive year so far for these Henry Ford Hawks and their ability to battle back in these games. They were trailing in both. They were able to gut this one out. They lead by 2, could possibly be 3 with another runner at third base. Manzella sets first base side of the rubber. Goes right home with the 3-2. That's not close, down and away. 2 walks in the last 3 batters for Manzella. Puts runners on the corners. I'm going to need some tea with some honey after this one. It's going on about 5.5 hours of game played today. And knowing myself, I never shut up anyways, so. It'll be Nick Caruso out to the mound. And for my sake, we will take a small break. Runners on the corners, 10-8. Henry Ford on top. This is your home for Macomb Baseball. Michael Nicholas steps in. Half swings at the first pitch, down and away. He's the 7th batter to come to the plate in this inning. It was a leadoff base hit from Braylon Orsetti. And just a couple pitches later, Casey Robertson took Manzella deep for a 2-run blast. Ball a little bit high as Cowdrey takes a look down there at first. Nicholas 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. He set up the RBI groundout from Caden McGrath that tied the game in the 7th. Or I'm sorry, gave Henry Ford the lead in the 7th inning. One ball, 2 strikes. Macomb trying to get out of the frame and try to bail back in the bottom half. What a stop from Cowdrey. On the stop, Hatfield will advance to second base. Was trying to draw the throw from Vincent, but he's too smart back there. Just let him take second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 10-8 lead for Henry Ford. They're trying to sweep this 2-game set. Strike 3 called. Outside corner. First and only strikeout for Aiden Manzella. Finishes the inning. We're going bottom 8. 10-8. Henry Ford on top. Casey Robertson goes deep to give the Hawks the lead. This is your home for Macomb Community College Baseball. Top of the lineup for Macomb here in the bottom of the 8th. Tom Cavanaugh all day with you, covering this competitive doubleheader between Macomb and Henry Ford. Doesn't get any better than this. 2 neck-and-neck ball games all the way through. Dom Cavassini takes strike 1 at the knees against David Jones. Quickly 0-2. Cavassini has struck out in back-to-back at-bats after having a single and a double in his first 2. He's 2 for 4. Waves and misses at a breaking ball. Cavassini said he got a piece of it. He said he fouled it off. Our home plate umpire said that's strike 3, he's out. Head coach Taylor Jellikowski halfway out from his spot in the dugout, and they're going to ask for help. Yeah, Cavassini, it seemed like he fished at it, but it seemed like he got at least a little piece. Our umpire crew talking about it. They're going to call him out. 3rd straight strikeout for Cavassini, and another one to Davy Jones's day. That's David Jones, Davy Jones. He's taking him to the locker. And Jellikowski not happy with the call. Our field umpire has already thrown out 1 Macomb assistant today. Jellikowski tiptoeing the line of being gone as well. And if our home plate umpire does not throw him out, I expect us to get back to play very quickly instead of having a longer conversation. Buster Diebel coming to the dish. 1 for 3 on the day with a hit by pitch. RBI single back in the 1st. And before the strike could be called, unless that's a ball, there's more conversation being had. Scott Combs is involved now. And Combs has been tossed. Jellikowski has been tossed. Our field umpire, Combs is gone. We will step aside briefly until we get back to playing baseball. This is your home for Macomb Community College Athletics. It's 10-8. Henry Ford on top. Buster Diebel with a 1-0 count on him. That pitch was a strike, but they were distracted by the comments, so it was called a ball. That is now a 1-1 count. David Jones delivers. That's high at the eyes, 2-1. If you stuck with us all day, very much appreciate it. It's been a good day of baseball. It's now 2-2 as Diebel comes up empty. Set up on the outside is Nicholas. Jones delivers. There's a foul ball out of play. Diebel trying to stay alive here, only down by 2. Macomb's got some sort of life. They're not down 5. 3-2 now. Any type of base runner here help this team as Cowdrey's coming up one of the most dangerous hitters in the conference. The 3-2. Could have been ball 4. Diebel chases. And we're going to do 3-2 one more time. The only assistant coach left is Nick Caruso and head coach Taylor Jellikowski. I originally thought Jellikowski was tossed, but he stays in the game. Diebel swings and skies one in the air. Third base side, foul territory. Robertson over his head for out number 2. Macomb is now down to their final out, in jeopardy of falling to 15-13, losing 4 straight, and falling under 500 in conference play for the first time this season at 5-6. Henry Ford is on the precipice of a 21-3 start to their season, a 10-1 record in their conference. Swing and a miss. And also a 12-game win streak. Oh, 0-1 to Cowdrey. Called strike at the belt. Macomb put up 5 in the first. They were scoring early and often, had 7 runs by the 4th. But Henry Ford, 3 home runs, led him to this win. Cowdrey swings and misses. No need to complete the strikeout, and this ball game is over. After some extracurriculars and some displeasures from our Macomb coaching staff off of some questionable calls from our officials, our doubleheader is finally concluded, and the Henry Ford Hawks come to Warren, Michigan, and sweep your Monarchs. Score of game 1 was 5-4. Henry Ford came back in that one as that went to 9 innings. And in game 2, Macomb jumped out to a 5-2 lead. And 2 home runs from Cole Loftus and the go-ahead home run in the 8th from Casey Robertson gave the Hawks a 10-8 win. Looks like the win is going to go to, wow, David Jones comes out 2-0 on the day after pitching all the relief innings for Henry Ford as the Hawks made a couple of late comebacks. The loss will likely go to Matt Dickinson, who gave up the home run. And also the save goes to Jones as well, as it's a 2-run win for Henry Ford. Macomb drops to 15-13. They are now 5-6 in conference. They have lost 4 straight. Henry Ford has won 12 in a row. They are 21-3 and 10-1 in MCCAA East play. This is Tom Cavanaugh saying so long on behalf of our Sports Information Director, Tim Johnson. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We will be back here for baseball, as we mentioned throughout today's broadcasts. April 19th, that's a Saturday. We'll be here to watch Macomb take on the Schoolcraft Ocelots. That should be a fun, competitive contest. 2 contests, I should say, as we'll have a pair of 7-inning doubleheaders. Schoolcraft currently sits in 2nd place. Macomb falls to 4th place in the Eastern Conference standings. More baseball to come as Macomb and Henry Ford will square off for 2 more at Corner Ballpark tomorrow afternoon. Once again, Tom Cavanaugh saying so long. Macomb drops the first game 5-4 and the second one 10-8 as they now lose 4 straight and get swept on their home doubleheader. Thanks so much, everybody. We will see you again soon. Go Monarchs.